Ralph was like the rest of them. He always knew who you were. He always spoke to you. He always asked about your family, and always knew our family by name. And to me, I thought that was very amazing that as many, of course, I was young too, but to know everybody and their families and what their families did and all that type of thing, I just thought that was pretty amazing.
Dad always talked about how Ralph was such a good person to work for, and he worked with all of his leadership team in sharing his leadership style. Dad would say that he always coached them on how to, he always coached his leadership team. Ralph always coached his leadership team in not telling people what to do, but sharing what the need was and asking them to help. And so that was his leadership style, was more being a leader, not being a boss. He wanted people that wanted to work and wanted to feel like they had ownership in what they were doing every day. And that was just the kind of person Ralph was, and people liked to work for him. And that's the stories that Dad had shared with me, is he was just an individual that you was committed to. When you worked for him, you were committed to him because you felt like you were helping him all the time.
Ralph was very close to Dad, and more so, Ralph's wife and my mother bowled together. They were in a bowling league, Jean and Ralph. Mom and Dad would take all us kids over to Ralph's and Jean's, and they had 2 toys in their whole house, a Gumby and a Pokey. And it was because of Pocobello, right? And so, but they came over to our house a lot too. I remember they gave us, when they were redoing their house, they brought twin beds, and my sister and I had been sharing a full bed forever, and finally we got our own beds, you know, because Ralph gave them to us. And when my mom was pregnant with my brothers, and she was bedridden, birthdays were a big deal at our house, you know, because we had so many kids, and we always had a big birthday dinner. So my sister's birthday was January 25th, and Mom was in the bed. And so Jean came over and cooked a huge Italian dinner for us, spaghetti and meatballs. And Ralph, you talk about his flips, he stood on our kitchen counter and we had a great big kitchen bar, and he did flips for us on the bar.
He was a strict man that expected a good day's work out of everyone, but he also kind of liked to have a good time, cut up a little bit every once in a while. When I started there, it was very small, about 50 people in the production area. We all knew each other. We all knew each other's families. Ralph could tell you everybody's name, everybody's family's name, their kids, their wives. It was just a family atmosphere.
And Ralph called Dad's group leader over there and said, "Come over here." And the guy went over there and he said, "I want you to go get a 9/16 socket, half-inch drive out of your toolbox." So the guy walks over to his toolbox, and then Ralph starts timing him just on a regular watch, didn't have a stopwatch or anything. And the guy's looking around, they finally find it. So he didn't start timing him until he's already got his hand in the mailbox. And so when he takes it out with the socket, he quits timing, he walks back over there. And Ralph said, "You realize how long it took you to find the socket that you needed, that I told you to get?" And the guy said, "No." He said, "It took 3 minutes." He said, "Now watch this. Ray, do something for me." And Dad said, "Okay." He said, "Get your 9/16 socket." Dad goes up, puts it on his wrench. Take off time. He said, it took him about 5 seconds. He said, "Don't you think that's not very efficient the way y'all keep your tools? I want to see y'all's toolboxes look like his."
My first real introduction to Tom Loberg was actually not with Tom Loberg, it was with Ralph Pocobello. And me and another guy, we just started in the office, and I was picked by marketing. We were picked by marketing to help with a video they were making in our test loop, which was actually where we build where our panel shop is right now. So Ralph and Sam were out there, and because I'd worked in the shop for 4 or 5 years, it's been so long ago I can't remember, but you heard so many great stories about Ralph Pocobello, so I was, eager 24-year-old, wanting to do well in my career. So I went up to him and I said, Mr. Pocobello, I said, you have no clue who I am, but my name's Matt Ferris, and I worked out in the shop for 4 years, just started in the office, and I've heard so much about you, I just wanted to come up and introduce myself and say hello. Well, the thing that happened next, it kind of shocked me at first, but he turned around, he looked at me, he didn't say thank you, he didn't ask me what my name was, he started poking me in the chest, and he said, do you know how great the man you work for is? Now, like I said, I'm 24, just started in the office, I'm trying to make a career at this place, and to be honest with you, it was just, I had to be startled by it because it was strange. It was just strange. And I think he knew I was startled by it. So he did it again. He poked me in the chest. And he said, do you know how great the man you work for is?